Hi and welcome to the Crochet Circle. My name is Alex, and in today's video I'm again gonna be doing the alphabet series, and today I'm gonna show you how to make letter H. As you perhaps know from the previous videos, I'm first gonna draw it out and just explain how it's gonna be done. So this is kind of my H. I'm gonna start here with the chains, then I'm gonna do rows up of 8. This is kind of a half of the H, so then I'm gonna continue with this and I'm gonna finish up here in this corner. Here will be the extension with the chains again, and then all I have to do is do the two, can I say legs? Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 legs of the H as well. Don't forget, I am gonna timestamp all of this. So the first timestamp will be the start, then the next one will be the extension to have the full width now, and the next one will be the finish of this H, half of the H. The next timestamp will be start of one leg, and the next timestamp will be the start of the second leg, and of course the final timestamp will be when I'm gonna be joining the 2 H's that I made together. If you want to know the pattern, don't forget, in the description below there's a link to my homepage where you can definitely check it out. And I think I can begin now. I still have my green yarn. I hope I will have enough yarn, to be honest, because I cannot believe how much yarn I actually use for one letter. I did think it's not gonna be that much, but it's quite a challenge. But probably because of the fact that I'm doing 2 letters and then joining them together. So I'm starting with with chains, and it calls for 8 chains. So I already made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the base down. Now chain up, chain 1 for leveling it up, and in the second loop from the hook a single crochet. Now single crochets all the way till the end. And that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Don't forget, every time I go into a new row, I chain 1 just to level up a stitch, so it's all in the same line. And I do a single crochet in each of the single crochets of the previous row. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I don't know why, but it's much easier for me to do the chain 1 at the end of the row and then turn it around for leveling it up than compared to if I would turn the work around and then chain 1. Now there will have to be 12 rows of these 8s, and I forgot to count them, so I'm gonna do a few more and then I'm gonna count them. Don't forget, if you have your row counter or any other method, just count them as you go, or perhaps print out the pattern and just move the ruler or something against it up so you know on which row you are. I think this one is gonna be the last letter that will only use chains and single crochets. Well, at least now in the beginning, because the next letters will have small curves either left or right, and in those letters I'm gonna be using single crochets, crocheting 2 together and 2 single crochets in one, so it's gonna be an increase and a decrease to get the desired curves. But about that in the next video, when I'm gonna be doing a different letter. In this letter H, it's just single crochets all the way up and down. Okay, let's count the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 3 more. That's the 10th one. Now the 11. Now the 12th one. And in the 12th row, I am gonna be extending the letter H. So this is the next step of it. I'm just gonna double check if I really have 12 rows. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we are currently on this step, so I have to extend it till here. That means 16 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. That's the base. Now I'm gonna do chain 1 to level it up, and in the second from the hook a single crochet, and now single crochets all the way till the end. So it's gonna be 24 altogether. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now this is gonna be the 16th one, and 8 more single crochets. That's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Perfect. Now I need 5 more rows of 24. That's 2. Now on to the third one. Again 24 single crochets. That's 3. Now going on to the fourth one. Fifth one. I'm not with the done with the fifth one. I'm just stepping into the fifth row. My ball of yarn is dancing around. Use me, use me! I just hope I will have enough, because I think I will have to pay another visit to the yarn shop and buy another one. A good thing is I have lying around somewhere the tags of this wool, so I will be able to get the exact batch of the green. If they didn't sell out, because the green color just before Christmas preparation time is always really desirable. Now this is the 6th row that I'm doing. Okay, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6, and now I'm here, so it's just gonna be 8 single crochets all the way up, and again it's gonna be 12 rows of that. So that's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Chain 1 to level it up, and 11 more to go. That's the row 2, because again up here it's gonna be 12, just like down there. A good thing is an H is really symmetrical. Okay, let's see how many I've done. 1 2 3 4 5, so that's 7 more to go. Six more to go. Five more to go. Four more to go. And again I lost the count, let's count it. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, just 2 more rows. So that's row number 11, and I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 stitches. Good, I didn't get any stitches and I didn't lose any stitches. Now the last row. And I just chain 1, cut the yarn and pull it through. I'm gonna work the tail in a bit later. So now this part of H is done. What I have to do next is this and this part up there. So it's gonna be You can count from either this side or this side, so I'm gonna be counting from this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the 8th one, I will attach the yarn. So I just pulled it through. Now I'm gonna do chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. Again, I'm gonna work the tail in. I'm gonna lay it over the row, and whenever I'm gonna be doing single crochets, I'm just gonna be keeping it under my yarn, under my working yarn. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Chain 1, turn the work around, and 8 single crochets. Again, 12 rows till the finish. Now this is the second one, so it's 10 more to go. Row number 3. I did reset the row count, as you can see, because it's just much easier to use the smaller numbers for counting. Even though I learned in school to count for till at least 100, to be honest. Now that's 4 rows. Five is done. Now on to the 6th one. And guess what? I again forgot the count, but let's do it quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is now the 10th one, and 2 more rows, and then I'll be done with this part. Now this is row 11. And row 12. Again, I'm just gonna do a chain one, cut the yarn and pull it through. As you can see, the H is already getting its shape. What it needs is another one down here. This on this side, it is where I've done the chains. So again, I'm gonna be counting till 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the 8th one, I'm gonna go in with my needle, pull the loop through, do a chain one and a single crochet. Now 7 more, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last 8th one. If I'm gonna be able to get all the yarn through. Yes, I am. And this is the first row done. So again, 12 rows up. I need to do 11 more. That's row number 2 done. Up for row number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. But I am gonna double check it in few rounds just to be sure that I counted right. That's the good thing when you're doing only single crochets. You can count the rows really easy. So I'm gonna count how many rows I've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 4 more rows to do. That's row number 9. Now I'm on row number 10. Row number 11. and the last row, row number 12, again 8 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Chain 1, cut the yarn, pull the yarn through, pull it a bit, and that's the first H. I'm gonna go grab some tea and I'll be back in a second to do the second part of the H, so I'll see you soon. And I'm back with my tea. I just hope I won't stain my working table, so I'm gonna put it a bit further away. So the first H is done. Now on to the next one. It's gonna be the same. Starting from here, chains, rowing up, chains, rowing up, and then kind of a reduce to do this part, and part 2 and part 3. And that's the second one now. Again, chain 8. If I'm gonna find the right length of the tail, to be honest. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 8 actually. I was on a roll there. So chain 8, one more chain to level it up, and in the second one from the hook, a single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Row 1 is done. Now 11 more rows like this. So 8 single crochets in each stitch, 1 single crochet. Chain 1 to level it up. And again, I forgot to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is row number 6. So the phrase of this video will probably be, oh, I forgot how to count again. But I can just count the rows, and if I'm gonna do a row too many, I don't like to do it, but I will have to undo my work. Let's just hope it won't get to there, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's row 11 now. Don't forget, in row number 12 we do 16 chains to extend the edge. Row 11 is done. Now for the row number 12. I'm just gonna double check it if I really have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I have to do 16 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Chain 1, and in the second one from the hook a single crochet, and now single crochets in each of the chains. That will be 16, and then single crochets in the single crochets of the previous round, and 16 and 8 is gonna be 24. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and now 8 more single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now I have 24 single crochets and I need 6 rows like this. So one is done. Now I'm on the second one. 23 and the 24th in the corner. Now that's 2 rows done and 4 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am just double checking if I have 24 stitches. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. Perfect. 3 rows done and another 3 to go. I'm not gonna count the 24 now because I am pretty confident that I won't lose a stitch, but on the 6th row of the 24 I will definitely count them again because I don't want to undo the work I've done. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not doing any second cuts or cutouts or no more fast forwards for me, because I told you I want to show you how long it actually takes to crochet something. Plus, I think I am one of the slowest crocheters that I've known, because the magic that some crocheters do with their hooks, I'm just like standing there with open mouth and like, oh, I want to know how to do that as well, but I guess my fingers aren't up for that. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, now that's the 5th one. Now this is the 6th one and I'm gonna count 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows done, so that means I'm here. And now chain 1 to level it up and 8 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So today I made red berry red tea, because my nephew doesn't drink the tea that I usually drink, a herbal tea, and because he came for a visit today, I made an exemption for that, so I have to finish the tea that I had in the morning now. And also one of the fun things that when he came to see me was I showed him what I was doing, like the letters, and he only saw the letter T, and jealousy broke out as soon as he saw it because his sister name begins with a T, and he was like, "Oh my god, so you started with her name and not with my name." But then I explained to him that it wasn't intentional, that I'm not doing her name, I'm doing Merry Christmas, and that the T was one of the easiest letters to do, so he did understand it afterwards. I learned a long time ago not to give to one and not to the other, because they are a pair and everything has to be equally shared. I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I want to just count the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Halfway there. Now that's row number 7 done, up to the 8th one. Now 9th. Now that's row number 10 that I'm making at the moment. And then 2 more to go. Okay, that's row number 11. But I'm just gonna count it now. So I have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and now the last row, 12 row, again 8 single crochets in the row. Chain 1, cut the yarn, and just pull it through. A bit of the edge is already done. Now just the 2 legs, like I did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the 8th one, pull a chain through. Okay, I went from the wrong side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the 8th one, pull the yarn through, make a loop. I'm still holding on to the tail on the other side, chain 1 and a single crochet. Again, I'm gonna put the tail over the top of the previous row, and I'm gonna scoop it in through my single crochets, so it's gonna be already worked in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now that's a row number 1 of 12 done. Row 2 done. Now I'm up on row number 3 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. I'm still in the right count. To be honest, one of the letters I am afraid of doing is a letter S, for example, with all the bends and curves, but that letter will have to come as well one day in the near future, definitely before Christmas. But I think I will be done with at least the Merry Christmas letters in another 2 weeks, if the weather is gonna hold, to be honest. That means if it's gonna rain outside and I won't be going out that much. I'm just gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 more rows to go. This is row number 9 now. Row number 10. Row number 11. And row number 12 that I'm also gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. That's perfect. I didn't gain a stitch and I didn't lose a stitch. Cutting off the yarn, just pulling it through. Okay, now to the last one. I'm gonna prepare my yarn in my hand, and I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I lost it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In the 8th one, I just pull the yarn through, chain 1 and single crochet. Now 8 more, actually 7 more, so it's gonna be altogether 8. That's number 2. Three. I'm gonna redo this one because I didn't get all the strands of the previous round. Okay, this is now much better. So that's 3, 4, 'What I'm doing is I want to grab 2 loops of the yarn to attach it. It's okay if you do it with just one, but it's more equal or more, it's nicer if you go through both of the loops. So you can either go with just one, or you can grab 2 of them and do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one. Chain 1 to level it up, and I just continue with single crochets in each stitch. Now that's row number 2. Row number 3. Four. Five. Now that's row number 6. Seven. Eight. 9. I'm on the 9th row. 10. and this should be the 10th row. I'm just gonna double check and count the rows if this is gonna be the 10th when I finish it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more rows to go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. And the last row. I'm gonna chain 1 and cut the yarn. I don't need the green yarn anymore, but this is all I got left. That was for the 3 letters I made so far. So it was for T, I, and H. And this is, how many grams did it go? Yeah, it's a 50 gram ball. And it has 125 meters or 137 yards inside. So it's quite consuming, the letters, who would have thought so. Okay, so I have the 2 H's now. 1, 2. I have my stuffing here, I have my white yarn here to do the edge, but before I start I have to hide the ends in. Let's see which one should be, let's say this one should be the back side. So this is gonna be in the inside of the H, so I just wanna bring it in a bit. And I am gonna leave the tails in the H because I don't need to cut them. They're gonna be hidden in the inside, and I'm not gonna be using that much stuffing afterwards. That makes me sound so cheap, but if I can save some stuffing, why not? With the end cuttings. Too much. Enough. And this one. And this is the last one of the first stage, of course. I have to put it in the right way, so yeah. I don't want few ends sticking out on the front side and few sticking out in the back side. So this is the first H done when it comes to the loose ends. Now I'm gonna start with the second one. Now I wonder, is it better to do it after I finish a letter or just do it in the end? That's always actually the question for me, when to do the loose ends. For example, when I was doing the granny squares for my bag, I was hoping to do them all when I finished one granny square, to cut all the loose ends out and stuff. And I think I've did it with most of it, but I don't know what's the quicker way. I think this is it's much quicker to do it in the end in all, because otherwise you're getting the needle up and down and switching from crocheting to sewing. So that's 1, 2, 3 done. Now I have another 3 on the other side. But I'm gonna say, whatever rocks your boat, you do it as you're used to doing it. Is there like a best practice when to do it? I have no idea, to be honest. If you have, you can educate me and leave me a comment below to explain why one or the other way is better to do it. Because sometimes I just wish those loose ends would be like tick and it would be gone. So this is the last one. Okay. And now just pulling it through. Perfect. So I have my 2 edges. Now this is the front side. I'm gonna put it down. I have the back side facing up. Now I have the other edge. The back side will be facing down this time. Now, where do I have my pins? I'm gonna just pin a few together, so it's gonna hold on to it. So I'm gonna start, where should I start? I'm gonna start with, let's say, top left corner, but it can also be a bottom right, to be honest. So my white yarn. So as I said, I'm gonna continue now with the edge of the H. I'm gonna start in the top left corner, not in the last stitch, but a stitch before that. So I'm gonna put the stitches on my crochet hook. I'm gonna use my white yarn and I'm gonna make a slip stitch, a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. Now, because I want little loops on the edges, I want little loops on the edges, I do a chain 2 there. So this is the perfect time to do the chain 2 and moving into the corner stitch. Okay, I need to get the back one as well on. Okay, and a single crochet. Now, because this is the corner one, I make a chain 1 and another stitch in the same stitch. And now single crochets in each row down the side. I am double checking the front and the back, so I'm going through one, it's kind of a hole, you can see, hole. I'm going through those holes on the back, on the front and the back side, so each single crochet goes into one of those holes. And I think I missed one from the back, so I'm gonna undo my work and let's try it again. Yeah, this one's fine. And yeah, this one goes here. I would suggest you double look the work from the front and the back, because no use of going back once it's all finished. I'm just gonna lose that pin because I already poked myself 2 times in the palm. Now in the corner one, because it's the corner one, I'm doing a chain 1 and another stitch in the same one. Now, because I want to have the loops for the yarn to go through, I'm gonna do a chain 2. You don't have to do that if you are not gonna do it the same way as me. You can just single crochet all the way around, and I think I missed one in the back. Yeah, so I'm back to that chain 1 and the second one in this stitch. Now I'm gonna do chain 2, and use it on the next stitch. I have 2 stitches left, so I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do chain 2 for the loop, and now in the last one, again this is a corner one, it's chain 1 and one more in the same stitch, and now going back down the other side. Checking the back side if it's in each row. To be honest, that is pretty important because you don't want to go back too much, and even though the back side is not seen when it's hanging up, it's nice to have an even border around. I'm just working around. Now we're back to where we have the single crochets, so it's much easier to join them here together. Again, I'm gonna lose this pin because I don't want to be stinged again. So the edge is slowly coming together. You can do it in the same color, or you can do it as me in a white, in a different contrasting color. I'm doing it in white because it's gonna be for Christmas decoration, and the green will look like a Christmas tree, and the white on it will, I think it gives it like an effect that it was snowing and it's all snowed in. Almost at the last stitch. Actually, this is not the last one. This is gonna be the last one. And now chain 1 to turn the corner around. And now I'm gonna chain 2 to make my loop. It's not a huge loop, but it's still gonna be much easier to put the string through the letter when I will be making that wall hanger. Okay, again I need to make the chain 2 for the loop and the last stitch. Chain 1 to turn the corner and one more in the same one, and now going the other way because I just turned the corner. I have to check in the beginnings much more because it kind of takes some time before the two H's align, and once they are aligned, it's a really natural thing to see or to feel where the holes are. But now that I've just said it, I ruined the smooth run for me. Checking the back if it's still in line. Again, I'm soon gonna be in the corner, so in the corner it's gonna be single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch. Chain 1 and single crochet. Now I'm gonna do chain 2 for my loop. Again, chain 2 and the last stitch. I want to get it through 2 strands of yarn, to be honest, on both sides. Now this is the corner one, chain 1 and the same one, in the same one another single crochet. Checking the back side if it's fine. I'm just gonna stuff all the loose ends in. I'm gonna do the main stuffing in a bit. I just wanna close till about here. Now I'm turning the corner. Okay, now I'm gonna stuff the H, at least this part. And I need more stuffing. This is gonna be puffy enough. I'm just gonna put some more down here. And now I can continue with closing the H up. And turning the corner, few more stitches, and I'm gonna be filling this horizontal part. Okay, let's fill a bit more. That's enough. Now this again is the corner one. Actually no, I'm gonna do one more. Okay. And now a single crochet, a chain one to turn the corner, and in the same stitch another single crochet. Again, I want to have the loop for my string to go through. I did a chain 2. Now I have a really small hole here. I want to fill the rest of the H up, and then all I have to do is close it up. That's filled enough. Now all I have to do is close it up. Few more stitches to go. Again, I'm gonna use the invisible seam. So I'm just gonna pull the yarn through. I'm gonna get my needle and not in the first but in the second stitch I'm gonna do a stitch in and then stitch back in the same where I've started. That kind of gives me, as you can see, a nice stitch that almost looks like, hope you see it, that almost looks like the top of the single crochet. Okay, so that's done. Now I have to work this end in because I don't want it to go loose. So I'm just gonna go in the middle with it. And pull it through. That's one done. And now the starting yarn again. I am gonna work it in a bit, just between the stitches, and then pull it into the middle of the work. Ouch. Now I know where the needle is. Okay. And that is the letter H done. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when I'm gonna be posting up another letter or something nice and fun to crochet along with me. The alphabet series is starting slowly to fill up with other letters. Don't forget, we are at a hit now, but I don't want to hit anybody. It's gonna be Christmas, and this is for Merry Christmas Garland. So I hope to see you soon, and take care.